Alright, and welcome to the second series in our Alpha X Pro Series, Ultimate Showdown, Group Number A. Group Number A? Group Letter A. So are the two players looking to try and advance to that winner's match. In the bottom left-hand corner is Good Game Gaming's Dream. And doing this thing that he has liked to do recently from Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is the one and only Hero. And this, Hero, stop it. He loves to do this. And almost every TVP that I have seen of Hero recently, he has been doing this build where he proxies his gateway in the center of the map, and then usually, sometimes, he'll throw down a proxy Stargate as well. Other times, hey, it's going to be just a regular build off of it. But Hero has been just absolutely loving hiding this gateway across the map. First of all, it of course can scare your opponent if they go across the map, and they scout, there's no gateway in your main, what the hell is going on? But hey, Dream is actually doing it right back. This is a barracks right below the high ground at the third base location. With two gas being taken, you know, Dream just trying to say, hey, something's up here. This isn't normal, what's going on? Trying to spook his opponent. And we'll see if it's gonna work out. Right now, Hero just being a little bit pesky with this probe harass. The Zealot is immediately being chrono boosted, as it will be the Cybernetics core at home. No second gateway. Does mean that this is not gonna be very committed pressure. And we should be seeing Heroes try and take a natural Nexus fairly shortly here, but additional Zealots going to be rallied out. What an interesting build here from Hero. I mean, this is another thing that he's been doing, is he's just been mixing it up. It's never been the same build off of this proxy. There's so many different variations that Hero can do. And we'll see which one he does go for in this game. As the Reaper is brought over, it will get rid of this probe that was just trying to be so pesky. Got one of those SCVs down to 15 hit points as the Zealots are being hidden. They're not being shown just yet. They're going to try and look for a cancel there onto the command center. But this is, ooh, might just be enough. Dream! Did he see it? Yes, looks as though he did. Now bringing the Reaper back on over, trying to see, hey, what was that? That should have been a Zealot. That was something. As now two Zealots are going to go across the map, and the Depth is being brought on in to join them. Or no, that's a Stalker, actually. Oh, and there's no wall off. Dream manages to get it just in time as this SCV just out of attack range of the Zealots now being brought back into it. That means that we need to get another repair here onto the supply depot. The Stalker is being brought on over. It's an immediate cancel, and the Zealots are in the main. And this is not at all what Dream wants. As a Stalker, two Zealots going to see how annoying they can be, and the answer is pretty annoying. Already 4 SCVs going down. CC is building, though. This Hellion can't fight for long. The Stalker alone can actually zone out a lot of these units, as that CC is going to be delayed. Another Stalker coming across the map as Hero has a natural base, has the Twilight Council on the way, and he's just trying to slow down his opponent as much as possible. Looking to try and go up the ramp. The KD8 charge will deny that. Bunker is now finished as well, so you're just trying to look for damage onto the CC. Manages to get the cancel. And that is a win here for Hero, who behind this, 24 workers now going to start to double produce workers from his two Nexi. Working on Warp Gate, additional gateway, and that Twilight Council going to start up the blink immediately. The Reaper has found the proxy. Now knows where the gateway is in the center of the map. A Stalker going to try and intercept it. Should not be able to get the kill. Needs one more shot before the Reaper does just kind of slip on out. Try and find its way into the mineral line, but shield battery is already there. And Cyclone in production for Dream. Excuse me, two Hellions coming across the map and try and see if they can find any value. Right now, I mean, Dream's just trying to find damage, but it's not really working out. Immediately, one Hellion is sniped. Just going to try and look for probe kills here. A good KD8 charge to pull back or to knock back a lot of those Stalkers as the Focus Fire goes down. 3 probes do end up falling, but you commit a lot to it if you are Dream. And you just don't have that many units. 8 Marines, a Cyclone, a tank is on the way, but Blink is almost done. Additional gateways are finishing up. It's going to be 3 gate, so it's not a 4 gate. This is not meant to kill your opponent super quickly. It's going to look for a lot of damage. It's going to try and look for maybe a snipe onto a stim pack if it's researching. Onto these add-ons, look for worker kills. A snipe onto a tank is the ideal scenario for the Protoss. But it's going to be able to keep the Terran back in their base, and that's really the big deal about this, is the Terran not going to be able to move out. Dream is not going to be really looking for any counterattack damage very soon. It's just going to give Hero a whole lot of map pressure as the charge immediately started up right after. And Hero's not even going across the map with him. He's actually just staying at home and saying, all right, I know I'm ahead. I'm just going to macro up. I'm going to try and get into the best position that I can. And I think that I am better at macro than Dream. And considering the advantage that he has right now, he doesn't even need to be better at macro. Just needs to do manageably well on his pro production and get his tech up while he has the time to do so. That's absolutely what he's doing. Forge is going to be on the way for that +1 ground armor, is what I assume is the upgrade that Hero likes to prioritize, just for that tankiness on the Zealots, allowing that base damage for the Protoss to really do all the work that it needs to. But no, we'll be going for ground weapons. So I lied to you. I'm sorry. I told a falsity, but it will be ground weapons. Just going to look for the damage build. Charges on the way, and it's going to be a very strong attack when it does come out from Hero. You're looking at charge lots, you're looking at stalkers, +1 additional gateways being added on, and I mean, sure, you got a third Nexus. That doesn't mean that you can't be aggressive. All three bases, or the first two bases now saturated here. For Hero is going to try and push out here with a good amount of stalkers. Has 8 to pressure the front here. And if Hero's not, or if Dream is not ready, you can just blink onto that tank as first tank shot going to go off. Raven and the Cyclone actually going to deny the Overseer vision. Or not the Overseer, the Observer vision. 5 more gateways on the way. And Hero, he is gearing up. It's going to be 8 gates on 3 bases. You are looking at a Protoss army that is not going to give you any space to breathe. It is going to... Oh. Excuse me, as I didn't breathe. But it's not going to give you any time to think about what's happening. It's going to go straight across the map if you even make one misstep. And Dream's going to look for a push. I mean, it's a 2-base Terran right now. There's no third command center done, so Dream has to do this. He has to try and move out. He has to try and attack right now. But it's Blink Stalkers. And Blink Stalkers can just buy as much time as they need. No real challenge for them to do so. As the Zealots are now in production. Hero. +1 is almost done. What is the plan? This is it. Going to be using those Stalkers and Zealots at home to try and defend. He knows that Dream is on 2 bases right now. Also going to look for a backstab here with the Warp Prism. 3 Zealots also set up to go into the natural. This is right as the army is trying to move out. The timing is impeccable from Hero. And there's just, I mean, there's not a lot you can do as Dream. You just got to back everything up. And you got to give more time for the Protoss to get into their Immortals, to get into, I mean, the Robotics Bay, into the Dark Shrine. Hero's just going to have the time to get into every single piece of tech that he wants, and there's not much that Dream can do to stop it. There's really not a lot. It's 60 workers right now to 59. Not that big of a lead. Dream has kept his worker count up quite healthily. I'm sorry, 47, 48. For some reason I saw a 5 there. Has kept his worker count up still, but is down 12 workers, +2 now on the way for Hero. Just has these Zealots ready for these counterattacks. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and that is backstab in when the army is moving out as the charge lots will run away. Luckily, they're pretty speedy. They got Zealot legs. They got their own anabolic synthesis. But it's a 4th base for Hero. It is Colossus, Extended Thermal Lance. The +2 will be finishing, as well as Shadow Stride. The Dark Templar are going to be coming out very, very shortly. And it is oh so worrisome here for Dream as the DTs are going to make their way in. Already getting so much damage done. A first scan is going to go down, but the DT just gets on out, and that is disastrous. The Raven will be brought over. But still, already 7 SCVs going down. As the recall was used to get the Warp Prism on out of dodge, 7 Dark Templars have been added on. They're going to be going across the map. This is... I mean, Hero right now is just gearing up. He's building as strong an army as possible. He has his units positioned all around the map to be able to know exactly what is happening. And these TTs are going to look for a backstab. A missile turret has been built, though. Unfortunately, that missile turret is expecting a ground attack. It's expecting that these DTs are going to walk across the map and try and walk into the natural. However, these Dark Templar very shortly are going to have a little something that we call Shadow Stride. And that means that these Dark Templars will be able to blink on into the main. They can bypass that missile turret. As Vikings were produced to try and get rid of the Warp Prism, it was already recalled back previously by Hero, expecting that. And now he's going to look for a push out. He has +2. He has charge. He has blink. Extended thermal lance here with these 2 Colossus. And now these counterattacks are going to look to go on in. The blink up into the main base is clean. The add-ons are going to be attacked now. And I mean, as Dream, what do you prioritize? Is it your main base? Is it the army that's going to come crushing on in? And it looks like right now it's both, but you absolutely cannot split your army here as the charge lots go in. The Stalker's already getting so much value. They snipe off the Raven, but 2 interference matrix do go down as Hero has to pull on back. But in the main base, these Dark Templars still being so annoying, they'll finally get cleaned up. As the blink forward, Hero's just going for it. I was taking a drink of water, but Hero gives no time to breathe. And he finds the damage. GG. Hero gonna take game number 1. And no proxy gateways this game. It is just going to be the gateway at home. So Hero not wanting to be cheesy on one of the largest maps in the map pool, and you can't really blame him. Glittering Ashes. It is a decent map for cheesing. You can definitely do it if you want, but the risk that you run is just a little bit too high. Especially considering the fact that Hero right now is up 1-0, wants to go straight on into that winner's final, wants to get into the playoffs. Absolutely has the possibility to. I mean, Hero's PvT is pretty spectacular. I would definitely rate it as probably his best matchup. I would rate it above his PvT, or his PvP. Definitely rate it above his PvZ. Hero just knows how to dismantle Terran. And that includes, highest level Terrans. Not just Dream, who is, has been consistently improving and actually making it to a decently high level. I mean, Dream made it into the round of 12 at Katowice, I believe, if I'm not wrong, yeah. Made it into the round of 12 at Katowice. Dream is just really good. Really, really good, but it's not the best. And Hero has been able to take PvT's games, especially off of the likes of Maru, Cure. Hero's PvT is just something special. It has a really unique style and a unique way of playing it to try and kind of just give himself advantages. Give himself leads in these games, and then find that one game-ending blow. As we are going to see the first Reaper popping on out now for Dream, and it's going to try and chase down this probe, which has hidden itself to the side here of the natural of Dream. And let's see, Hero not deciding that he wants to go for any proxy pylon or anything, no. Does just have his second pylon at home in his main base for his shield battery. Already has the Adept on out, natural base on the way, and so far this is just about as standard as you get from both of these players, actually. Zero now making his way across the map. Does have an Adept here, and that's actually a lot of SCVs that have been pulled here. Managed to block away the Adept, does get the snipe onto that SCV that was building the command center before shading on out, and a really interesting response there from Dream, of course, was bringing the SCVs over for the transfer anyway. So it doesn't hurt just to use them for that defense. Stargate is finishing up, though, for Hero. Going to be going back to the tried and true Oracle first. We'll see if he does go into the Phoenix. It has been a unit that he really does not mind using. He actually uses them quite well as the Adept shade on into the natural. Going to try and find their way up into the main base, but unfortunately That is not going to be available. Supply depots are lifted, but it's a third Adept coming across the map, and right now, trying to fight this is Dream, and I don't know if that's the best idea. Luckily, he does have just enough HP on all of his units to be able to do so. The Shade does complete. That Adept going to get out of very low health. As once again, Adept's going to be denied from the main, and Dream putting together a fairly solid defense here at the start. Not, I mean, losing altogether that much. It's an SCV and 2 Marines. For 2 Adepts, you will absolutely take that trade. But now we're going to see the Oracle find its way on into the main base. Only needs 3 shots to get rid of a lot of these SCVs. Takes so much damage, though. Stayed in range of the bunker for just a little bit too long, and you only get 2 SCVs. You lose almost all the HP onto that first Oracle. Definitely does hurt a little bit there for Hero. He's not going to be able to dive in as aggressively now with that one, but he's going to be joining up with a second and a third that is in production as the Twilight Council is placed down. Hero's going to be looking for a 4th base, and he's going to be using these Oracles to apply as much map pressure as he needs. There is a Widowmine burrowed somewhere here. There we go, behind the refinery. Gonna try and snipe away that Oracle, but Hero playing it safe right now. Widowmine doesn't go off. That Oracle a lot more successful, getting 3 kills, gets on out, only takes shield damage. And Hero right now completely undisturbed across the map. Does manage to clean up that Hellion, trying to find its way on into the natural base. And at home, it's 3 barracks on the way for Dream. Tank and Raven in production, just getting out those defensive units. This build from Dream, if you want to be able to defend any sort of Adept pressure that's going to come across the map, any sort of Blink Stalker pressure, this is one of the safest openings that you can do to actually allow yourself to defend it quite easily. Is you're still going to be getting into stim, combat shields, but you delay it a little bit longer. You're going to be getting out a tank and a Raven first, and then you're swapping over your barracks. And it just means that you're going to have those upgrades, but you're also going to have the defensive capabilities of these units to be able to hold off in case that Protoss does do anything tricky. It, of course, does defend very, very well against DTs as well. I mean, you see that finishes right around 530. You know, a DT will be across the map by 515 if it is a DT rush, but even then, you'll have the unit out in time, you'll have the scans. So, Dream just going for a completely safe build, and you really can't blame him against Hero. Hero will be aggressive. If there is one constant in this world, Hero will try and kill you as quickly as possible, or as reasonably quickly as possible. And so, just playing safe never hurts. It's just constant Marine production. We are going to see the double Widow Mines into the double Medivacs as well. With Stim and Combat Shield's going to be finishing up, and the +1, Dream's going to be looking for a pretty strong timing here out onto the map. It's going to be a lot of Marines. It's going to be the tank. You're going to see Stim, Combat Shields +1, Widow Mines, Medivacs, the Raven as well. It's all coming together. As they do say, oh yeah. It's all coming together now. Is this CV doesn't get sniped from building the third, the Adept. Very nicely positioned there for Hero. Now going to shade. Natural. Does cancel it away. Does not want to try and come in there just for a few. I mean, maybe for even 1 worker kill at the most. But we're going to be going up to quite a few gateways now. Going to be trying to get on up to 8 gateways. Charge and +1 on the way as finally the Oracles are going to find their way back across the map. Look for a backstab into the middle line. There is no miss-outer here, which means that these SCVs just get shredded a little bit quickly to be comfortable for the Terran. Marines are being brought over, but guess what? Marines also don't do that well, but it's attack at the front from Dream as a great Stasis Ward and Force Fields are going to delay a lot of these units as the Stalker Warping is coming through. +1 isn't done. The Shield Battery trying its best. Overcharge is used to top off those shields. And Dream continuing to skirmish this even through the Shield Battery. Overcharge is not what you want to do because these Stalkers just are not going to die as fast as you want. As Force Fields go down, but they don't really block out anything. Doesn't matter though. Dream is just winning the fight. Finally, the Marines come back through from the Stasis Ward. But so much has already been lost. The third has been delayed once again. The Oracles are coming back across the map as the Stalkers blink forward. The Widowmine shots are good, but it doesn't matter because the entire attack is cleaned up. And Hero manages to hold. I mean, Dream just committed in too hard when that Shield Battery overcharge was active. when he had units in a stasis ward trying to continue to fight, it's just never a good idea. And now you have such a strong counterattack coming through for Hero. 12 Stalkers, 8 Zealots, 3 Oracles. And it's 55, army supply to 24. The base is going to go down. It's not even canceled. And that might just be enough to close out this game here. Dream, unfortunately, tried to make the timing attack work, and he got absolutely crushed by the army of Hero, who's going to dive on in. The Oracle's absolutely chewing through those units, and GG, Hero's going to be moving on to the winner's match.